Hey everyone, this is Tal from SoundFynd. We're here with Quadeca.
True, I had this feeling since I was the age of 2. I might as well do my dance without a crew.
We just watched the premiere of the film for his new album. How are you feeling after that?
Really tired, but I feel really good. It was so weird watching all the people watch it. I was like, damn, why are y'all not nodding right now? No, it was so cool. It was really cool, and especially the questions after, because my fans they've been really around for the ride, and so many people who have been anticipating this album for so long, all there, asking such great questions, like listening to all the little details, being like, why'd you have that object in that video and then in this one again, and why did you go to this location? It was so gratifying, like talking about it, and it was really surreal to see years of work all distilled with like just everybody watching 2 years or more of my life just flash by. And that's fucking weird. Yeah. But it was very cool and very moving.
For this project in particular, what was your specific role in making this film?
A lot of conceptualizing. I wanted the visuals to add to the feeling of the album. I think in the album there's a lot of weird choices and very like immersive music that I wanted to express visually. When I'm making music, I think of it in a very visual way. I see the world. I mix thinking about the world. If I'm listening to something and I'm not immersed, I really get into it and I'm like, what's wrong? And I wanted to match how surreal the music felt with visuals, and I love doing it. It's a testament to belief in music when people do visuals for it, and I wanted to express that I really stand by it as a full piece. Not like one song is a music video over the other. Every song is a music video, and that excited me from an ambition level and also from an artistic level of like, fuck it, like I want to push myself and make the best product possible that the people can fall in love with, and that I can look back on and say, wow, like I really didn't leave any stone unturned on it, Yeah.
On a technical level, what did you do behind the scenes for this film?
Planned a lot of locations. Shout out to Brendan Burton, the photographer. He did a lot of great location scouting with me, and we had all sorts of theorized locations that we didn't do, like the Falkland Islands and all these like weird abandoned prisons that were probably like these old labor camps. Where I was like, let's not go to the labor camp. And
bad vibes.
That's not a good vibe. That feels like exploitative or something. I don't know. It probably would look good, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get cursed for 1,000 centuries. I found some locations that I really liked, and I was like, oh, this is a cool like church, but it doesn't feel nautical. It doesn't feel like it could be connected even in the abstract. So a lot of the physical locations on land, they need to still connect to the idea of like a sailing voyage. I edited all the movie. I color graded it. I directed the structure of everything. It's like, this scene is going to go with this shot. Like a lot of the storytelling with storyboard is the idea of, I want to put a piano on the beach. I found the piano on Facebook Marketplace, and it was some girl's grandpa's piano she was just giving away for free. That was from like 1902. And I went and picked it up for free, and it was so weird, this white piano, and it was old and it sounds terrible. I was like, I don't need it to sound good. All the little details, all the antiques that make up the boat are all things that I found in stores or I found on eBay, and to build the world of it. So a lot of the world building, the storyboarding, the concept, all that shit was just me like, after working in the studio, that was like my break. That would be fun. Let's go on eBay and surf eBay while like listening to a new album or something.
I know you mentioned that some of it was during the sessions for your last record. So what's the date for that?
The first song I probably made right at the beginning of 2023. Like maybe a month or two after Haunt You, I Didn't Mean to Haunt You came out. I did that intro, No Questions Asked, which was basically the full instrumental. And I was like, this is so good, but I have to write lyrics. I kept writing lyrics, and I kept retrying. I was like, this sucks every time I try to write lyrics. And it felt so magical just as it was. And then it just has that one line, that I'll be there when no one is, that weaves in itself and becomes this like ascension. I was like, that's it. But so that was the first one. Waging War I made pretty soon after. And then I just kept kind of cranking them out, deviated from all of my focus to do Scrapyard, because I ended up realizing that the Scrapyard album was worthwhile to really focus on it, because I thought that was kind of its own thing that I shouldn't half-ass. I should really like go all out.
It does feel like a transition between eras, though. For sure.
Yeah. So I think that's cool too, because I like knew what this concept would be while making Scrapyard, and I liked the idea of being able to do a fucked up rollout.
Yeah.
Like, I know all my fans hate this shit. I got so much complaints on my rollout because the rollouts I love, like Life of Pablo, Astro World, Utopia, like I love this idea of cultivating as much stakes as possible for the longest period of
It's
time.
like an event album.
Yeah, I like the idea of having people for years going, when is this album? When is this album? When is it going to come out? And I believe in my ability as an artist to deliver. And when the high stakes album happens, that I can actually make good on the stakes. And I was like, you know what? If I believe in myself, why not make the most stakes possible? So I liked using Scrapyard as a vessel to, right when Scrapyard comes out, say, this is the title of the next album. I want y'all to ask me when Vanisher's coming out for 2 years, and eventually it'll come out, and it's going to be I mean, I don't know if it was just, people could hate it. Maybe I'm like speaking from hubris, but to me, I delivered on my stakes. Yeah, hopefully.
I would agree with that. I mean, you're really, really ambitious.
Thank
and
you.
Your ambition is scaled up on every project. I want to ask you specifically about the work you've done with your singing. There's a ton of orchestral work on this album. There's a lot of really complex harmonies. It kind of reminded me of the Beach Boys. And, you know, rest in peace, Brian Wilson. I was definitely getting Brian Wilson vibes. How have you done work on your singing voice? And also, how have you developed orchestrating these really complex harmonies? Because they're on every track.
Yes, that is a really great observation, because that is one of my little favorite details are these big group dry vocals. On a lot of my previous albums, I would do these more ethereal layers of harmonies, which almost felt easier, because harmonies always sound beautiful when you blur them together and you put a bunch of reverb. Like, that's an easy way for beauty, but a lot of these songs have a drier palette, and the way the Beach Boys do their harmonies is great. They do these kind of chorusy, super layered things where the chord itself is being changed by the harmony that's put on top of it, and trying to do it in a very weird context, you know, like an aggressive kind of like experimental rap cut with
well, I want to talk about that
gotcha.
context, because I don't think you can categorize this as any specific genre. It's rooted in electronic music, rap music, folk music, etc. What is your stance on genres and the kind of confines of labeling things?
I just don't really feel bound to any genre. I feel bound to a song and to an idea. And so whatever the song needs is what I'm going to do. And if what's going to make this more moving is, you know, a folk styling or like hip hop or whatever, my like ego is aligned with the song rather than with how I want to be perceived. That's like the most exciting way to approach music in this post-online, post-genre like world that we're in. It's an opportunity for me to do it and like do it in my way. And a lot of times choosing the stylings is one of the interesting things from song to song. It makes you excited to listen to the next song because you know that you don't know what you're going to get.
That's a really good point. I think your versatility is one of your biggest strengths. When it comes to your songwriting, I know a lot of rappers these days just punch in. Are you a writer pen to paper? Are you freestyling to kind of feel out the track? What's kind of your approach to your lyricism there?
A lot of songs I will begin with, because I produce all the songs. So in the production process, a lot of times I'll be writing melodic lines without words, because a lot of times that first reaction, the first melody you think of is the best one. When you're coming up with something, is the thing that hits you the most immediately, and if you overthink it, you're gonna fuck it up. When I have a good idea vocally, I sing it, and then it's a lot of like mumble singing. A lot of times in that mumble singing, there are phrases that are subconscious that then become really good. And I'm like, ooh, that's great. Like even like foregone, like I didn't think about that word foregone, but then that was just the thing that felt like the automatic word for me to sing with that chord. I will also write long poems, and then sometimes I'll have a poem as a guide to then write the lyrics over the mumbling. So, you know, like at a time like this, I had all of these long poems written, and then I applied that to the flow that I already knew sounded good. And then I took the poetic ideas that inspired me and applied them to the idea.
My last question as we're wrapping up here, what kind of feeling do you hope to invoke in your fans? What kind of feelings do you want to leave them with after they listen to your project, after they watch the visuals?
I want them to feel a little shaken and like they went on a journey with me. I think when the vocal refrain from the first song hits again, in the last one you hear the flashback that, oh my God, we've really come such a long way. And then when that ocean sets in, I just want you to leave with a feeling of like, damn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Cinematic as fuck. It's a really ambitious undertaking, and it's really impressive. And watching your growth over the years, I mean, I used to watch you in middle school, doing impressions of Logic, New Earl Sweatshirt, Old Earl Sweatshirt. I was really entertained, and it's just been like really, really fucking cool to see how much you've grown as an artist. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.